So I was kind of sitting outside of this building right here, patiently to get my chance to Tinky Winky, and little did I know it was not a porta potty. In fact, it thrusted me into the piloting position of the brand new bomber. Ooh-ah. Yeah, this thing is a beast. It's a short-lived beast. It's kind of like one of those insects that dies like right after they, do anything. So it's not got a very, very long life. You basically have one straight shot to basically light up the battlefield. You set land designated areas for you to be able to bomb. As you can see right now, I'm setting little blue areas to target the C objective to try to lock it down. I got a couple hits right there, and this thing has a long reload time. As you could tell, it takes about half the reload time to actually get these shots to go through. Right about now, we're at the half mark, and it finally does sit down there after I painted it. We ended up taking the armor off of it, unlocking that schwab, and doing some good work with it. So it is just kind of a one straight shot line kind of deal. It's not like the AC-130 that rotates around the map in certain areas. It is just kind of a straight set path designated kind of air support type thing, but it's kind of fun when the opportunity does present itself. So when you take the opportunity to just jump in there, go ahead. It's a quick little moment to do, but again, make sure you have full control of the objective that has it. Sometimes it's C. I think even on one of the maps I played, it was on letter D in Conquest. Because if you lose the objective, as you saw just a minute ago, when you jump out of that little outhouse, the thing they're just waiting for you because they're in line ready to go too. So keep in mind that you want to be secure when you get in there. It does good work, and you probably have about 3 or 4 good payloads to get off on top of the other team. So keep in mind when you're using that. I am playing a little bit of Dragon's Pass right now, playing a little bit of Conquest, and I really, really do like these maps. I do not like them for Rush. There's a couple issues I'll talk about in due time. But for right now, the only servers open this morning were basically on Conquest Large. That's all there was. Look at those guys waiting like, I got a Tinky. No, sir, hold it. So I really do like these maps. They bring it back to that feeling of what I enjoyed. I never liked Conquest in Battlefield 3. Not a big fan of it in Battlefield 4 so far. I've always been a fan of the BC2 maps, the jungle type ones, anything that has a swamp feel, anything like that where you got a little bit of water, you got some hills and some rocks, but above all, you've got a lot of cover, trees, and it has that kind of feel about it. The jungle maps were definitely my favorite maps from Bad Company 2, and the only kind of maps I really prefer for Conquest. So this map is beautiful. It's insanely good. Lots of giant mountains kind of blocking, separating you from the other objectives. So it's not so much of one of those hilly kind of maps, but above all, there are giant landscape, blockades in the way. Giant mountains separating you from the other parts. There are a lot of vehicles involved. Overall, the map is beautiful. This is probably my favorite map, be it on Rush and on Conquest. So just keep that in mind, that Dragon's Pass is awesome. I've had a lot of fun using it. I'm using the QBZ95 right now, actually, trying to stick to the carbines. It is definitely one of those things you need to pay attention while using some of these maps, especially on Rush. You do have the ability to parachute in them, so you need to take full advantage of doing that because it's extremely important to have these mobile spawn points. Like I said, there's a big mountain right here at the most essential objective on Conquest. Being able to put a beacon out to the side and parachute into the fight is important. With all the AA now, the fact that every class has explosives, armor gets taken down a little bit quicker if they push too hard. Helicopters definitely have a few ways of dying now. So above all, I think that the Recon class is very, very important for maps like these. There's easy bushes and stuff to hide them in because you have this kind of jungle feel. You have all these bushes that you can just hide the beacons in and continuously spawn in there and take control of people. See that guy? He was in a bush. Don't know. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys get out there and test the bomber out yourself. I've had a lot of fun doing with it. Obviously, I spent a good long time trying to wait in these lines, stealing it from other people to just show it off to you guys. Get off that bike, bro. And that, children, is why you wear a brain bucket. So, if you find yourself wanting to play the brand new China Rising maps, I recommend you guys to play them on none other than Conquest. And I'm not a Conquest guy, but I'm telling you, these maps were built for Conquest. The Rush maps seem a little off balance. Some of the defenders now get massive amounts of tanks, and that's a big gripe for a lot of people inside of Rush, that there are certain maps like Gold Mud or something like that, that the attackers get like 5 million pieces of armor. Oh, you have an LAV, you took the next MCOM, here, take another tank and a helicopter. Things seem a little bit off balance with the attacking and defensive, but now it's kind of on par. There's like 3 or 4 defensive tanks and stuff in some of these Rush maps, and only 1 or 2 for the attackers. Things are just seeming a little awkward and off balance for Rush. And Domination was a pain in the ass too. These maps, because they are a little bit more wide open with just little bits of shrubs, little bits of trees and cover, and really, really destructible tiny buildings, domination was horrible. It was instant spawn lock. No matter what you were on, either one side is dominating and one side is catching. That's just kind of how it works out. So these maps, I think, were basically brought in to appeal to the Conquest players. That's just my honest feeling, honest review of it. Let me know what you guys think. Definitely get out there, check it out, try out and test out the new bomber. It's a pretty cool piece of equipment. Again, it's quick, short-lived, but definitely potent when you do get your hands on top of it. So thank you guys for your time. Hopefully you did enjoy. Be sure to teabag that like button, soldier, because it helps out a lot, and I will catch you around later on tonight with another video. And this is what I'm talking about with parachuting. Oh my god, delivery! Pew, 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 bang, 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 pow. Right in the butthole.